Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wills YouTube channel. I'm Louise from Wildflower Will, and it's Monday. Another week has rolled around again. So this means I'm casting on a brand new project. So this week, I have got a finish to show you. I have 6 projects that I did a little bit of work on. 6 is a big number, so not a whole lot of project on any one thing, but a little bit on lots. That was kind of how this week went. So, but I did get a finish, and I did a lot of yarn shopping that I'm going to show you what I brought home. So I hope everybody has had a great start to their week. And of course, we're going to talk about the yarn that everybody was voting for today. I am in this summer top knitting mode. And I thought, you know what? Why switch it up? I did not feel in the mood to, do a hat or do a cowl. I don't know. Spring is here, and I wanted to do more spring things. And I'm still liking doing shawls, but I don't know. I was in the mood for a sweater. So hi, everybody. I see everybody's coming in. So grab your knitting, get comfy, and we're going to sit back and we're going to chat for an hour. So this yarn, this is new yarn. So this is part of the yarn that I purchased Friday. I think it was Friday. No, Saturday. It just doesn't matter. It was just this past weekend. It was that little red mitten, and this is what caught my eye. The last couple times I've been in there, I have been looking at this Berroco remix, and this is the worsted. There is a light, which is a DK weight, but I opted for worsted. So hopefully I will be happy with it, but you never know until you try it. So this is a little bit of an experiment. So I just grabbed these 2 colors for us to vote on for this week. This really pretty blue. Oh, let me see. Hold on. The colorways are not on the ball bands, but they are on my receipt. So I can tell you it's something like, I don't know if it's nightfall, river, something like that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I forgot it wasn't on the ball band. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. The blue is nightfall. And yeah, okay. This one I remembered. So this one is nightfall, which looks exactly like that. It's a navy blue with a little flecks in it. And the brown is called patina. And it's a really nice shade of brown, again, with the little flecks in it. So this yarn is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24 acrylic, 10 silk, and 9 linen. It's machine washable, cold water, lay flat to dry. So, I see Sherry's here. Sherry said, I really like Remix Light. It's really affordable and makes a nice light garment. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. We will see, because you guys all know I've said before that I've done cotton summer short sleeve tops, and then I found the 100% cotton too heavy. And it was 100% worsted. Did I say worsted? I meant worsted. 100% worsted cotton, and I found it just a little bit too heavy. But this has got the silk, it's got the linen, it's got the acrylic, so no wool. So this is something that's really great if you have a wool allergy. I took a look through Ravelry, and there are literally thousands of projects made with this yarn. And there was summer tops, there was winter tops, long sleeve, short sleeve. There was the whole range. Oh, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Cindy said, oh, I like Remix, made a ranunculus. I always have a hard time saying ranunculus. Anyways, short sleeve. Yes, it would be really nice for that. It feels so nice. And one of the girls at Little Red Mitten, she was saying she had knit a sweater for her son and another sweater. I think she said she had done a couple things and said that once you wash it, it really does soften. I am sure I have some of this gray in my stash. Remix, and I think it is the worsted weight. I don't think it's the light. thinking that I cast on or I started a cowl. I don't know. I seem to think that I've knit with this before, but now that I'm really, really thinking about it, I'm not maybe sure. Maybe I had just planned to knit with it. So I am excited to cast this on and maybe start doing a bit of a gauge swatch. What I've got planned. Well, actually, should I tell you what you voted for? So out of the two colors, it really was not even close. it was pretty tilted one way. Some people said go brown. A lot of people liked the brown color. Some people said don't do the navy because I started a black top last Monday. So navy and black, go something a little bit lighter. So there was votes for both colors, but it was pretty much unanimous across everywhere. Facebook, YouTube was a little one way, but I'll tell you what won. The winner of this week's New Start Monday Knits cast on, out of the blue, some Nightfall and Patina, the blue and the brown, the winner pretty much hands down is Nightfall, the blue. And I think subconsciously this was the one that I wanted to make it in, because when I was at the store, when I get to the yarn, I bought this color. I bought more balls in this color than any other one. So the blue it is. I think it's going to make a really cute top. I am going to do just a top down short sleeve t-shirt. Not sure if I'm going to do a yoke or if I will do a raglan. The last top down sweater I did was the winter one, the striped and the Patton's Classic Wool, and it was a yoke. I really, really liked it. So I'm kind of on the fence here. Do I go with what I like and just do another one, or do I switch it up and do raglan? I don't know. I'm going to gauge swatch and think about that as I swatch, and then I will have to decide. So this stuff feels so nice. So as you saw in the comments, there's a couple of people saying that they have really enjoyed knitting with it. I would suggest giving it a try. You know, maybe doing a scarf or something, or a shawl would be nice. You know, you might not want to. This is going to be do as I say, not as I do tip. I was going to say, you know, maybe just buy 2 or 3 skeins of it. Do a shawl, do just a scarf, do a cowl would be a great idea, you know, just to see if you like the yarn before you go buy a whole bunch of it. You will see in a minute what I mean by that when I show you what I bought. So, Thinking Humanist, I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Is it Stephanie? I was going to say, I think I forgot your name. So hi, everybody. So Lynn and Sally and Cindy, Alice, Paula, Kim, Susanna, Anne, Jen, Nikki, Liz, Sherry, Susanna, Cindy, Susanna. Did I miss anybody? Diane. Hi, everybody. Okay, so blue it is. So thanks so much for your votes. This was fun today, looking and checking the votes, as always, to see if brown was going to catch up. Lots of times the yarn or the technique or the whatever, the project, the one that's kind of behind, sometimes it always rallies and kind of catches up. And I'm like, ooh, maybe it will. Maybe it'll change. Did not today. Blue was the leader pretty much the whole day. Hi, Katie. So I'm super excited. I'm going to keep this out because I think I have a needle. I'm going to swatch. This is a 5mm. Oh, did I tell you all the details about the yarn? I don't think I did. Did I? I told you the content, so I'll do it again. 30% nylon, 20% cotton, 24 acrylic, 10 silk, 9 nylon. Yeah, machine wash and cold, lay flat to dry. It's a number 4. It's a worsted weight, but there is a DK weight, the light version, if you would like. So it's 100 grams and 200 meters or 216 yards. The gauge on the ball band here is saying 17 stitches over 4 inches and a 5mm needle. So I pulled out a 5mm needle. We'll see. lately I'm liking my knits a little bit looser gauge. In the past, I've always wanted things pretty tight, didn't want a whole lot of like airflow going through my sweaters. I wanted something to be warm. Now I'm really finding that I'm liking things a little drapier, a little looser, and I'm going up a needle size. So I've got a 5. We'll try this. If I'm finding it's a little tight, I may grab a 5.5 and just try that and see what I think. Okay, shall I show you my finish? It's not, I don't know. Don't get too excited because I think I showed it to you a couple of weeks ago and it was this close to a finish. So I feel like I'm cheating a little bit by, like proclaiming that I have this big finish because I pretty much had it finished last time I saw you. A couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago. I don't think I've shown it the last couple of weeks because it has been sitting in my bag just waiting to be cast off. So let me show you this. I love this, you guys. This is a one skein shawl that I started back February was sweater, some March for the Fiber Friends podcast, the March one skein challenge. And this was this ball of sock yarn that had been in my stash for a while. It's a Regia, and I don't know the color name. It was just a number, and I can't remember it. But I liked it. When I was thinking about that one skein challenge, I wanted to do something in garter stitch, something easy, something relaxing, something wearable. And this ball of yarn just fit the bill. It's really neutral in color, very much just gray, shades of gray, a little bit of blue. Like on screen, this is looking purpley. It's not quite, that almost kind of looks like a neon purple. It's not quite that shade, but it is a lighter shade of blue. But it's really, really nice. I had so much fun knitting this. This was one of those things that I really didn't want to finish. And when I got to the end, what I did was, I knit as close as I could get. I didn't really want to play yarn chicken. So what I kept doing was I kept knitting a row. So that's how wide my cast off edge ended up being. I just kept knitting a row, and then I had just a tiny little bit of yarn left. Not very much, just a little bit. And, I would just pull out my working yarn, and I would make sure I had at least 3 widths of the stitches that were on my needle, because usually knitting across takes about 3 lengths. So I would do that, and I had lots. So I would knit another row, pull out 3 lengths, and I'd be like, okay, good. I still have lots left. So I would knit another row. And then as I got closer and closer, I would pull out 3 to do my knit row. And then I would make sure I had 3 or 4 to do my cast off row. And so that took a little bit of extra time, but I thought I want to use as much as I can and just make it just a little bit bigger if I can. So I did. I got down pretty much to the end, and until I had 5 lengths of yarn left in this teeny tiny little ball. And then I just cast it off knitwise, nothing fancy. And I ended up with exactly 2 lengths left over. Because sometimes, I always know in the past when I go to cast off, sometimes I still try to make sure I have 3 lengths of working yarn to cast off with. And then I'm always just cutting it so close. So I think really if I had left 4 lengths, I would have been fine, but I wouldn't have had enough to do 1 more knit row anyway. So I got it as close as I could to use up all the yarn. So that was my width. And then I got a nice long length on it. I did this a little bit bigger needle than I normally do. Usually with sock yarn or fingering weight yarn, I would do a 3 and 3.5, 3 and 5, 3.5. This one I went up to a 4. So you can see, can you see? It's a little bit drapier than a lot of my shawls have been in the past, because I wanted to stretch this one skein, because really, ideally, I like a 2 skein shawl, at least a 2 skein shawl. But to me, this just makes a nice 1 skein scarf to just wrap around, put inside your coat, which is probably how I'll wear it next winter. So anyways, overall, I was like so thrilled with this. Garter stitch, easy, 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 asymmetrical. So started at the point and then curved out. So really it ends up making like a shallow, almost like a shallow triangle when you're done. It's kind of long. It's kind of hard to show, but I think there, we'll flip. So there's the flat side. So see, that's, you kind of get a bit of a triangle with it. I did this one with yarn overs for my increase. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Okay. Let me see here. I can find my yarn overs here. So here's my increase side. Can you see my yarn overs? Not really. Not really at all. Okay, how can I try to show this to you? So what I want to show you, I'll show you this and my next project. So there, this is the side I did my increases. I did knit one, yarn over. Lots of times it's knit front and back. This one I just opted to do a yarn over, and unless you really, whoops, let me do this up here so you can see. I don't know if you pulled that out, but you cannot see those yarn overs. I thought it might give, you know, a little decorative yarn over edge on there. It didn't. It really just, what's the word? It's like it just smooshed. Smooshed. It just went right in with the garter stitch, right? Like you can't really see that there was any like a real lace eyelet in there at all, can you? Which is absolutely fine because I didn't really care what the edge looked like. I was just looking for an easy way to increase. So that is it. Totally finished, ends wove in, used up all the yarn that I possibly could except for a teeny little bit. So I may just throw that in a little container. Heaven forbid I ever need to do a little repair job, I'll have a little bit of yarn left over. So I knit that on my ChowGoo needle. So I had a fixed needle way back when I went to Rhinebeck. A lot of these needles came from Rhinebeck, which was probably like about 13 years ago, I'm thinking. Anyways, I bought all these fixed 40-inch ChowGoo needles because I thought I'll just do magic loop for everything. I will just have to buy, 6 or 8 needles, 40-inch, all the needles I'll ever need, right? Which is like so funny now that I think about it, because I have like the world's biggest stash of needles. But initially this was one of those needles, I think, that had, I thought this will do me for everything. I can just magic loop everything. And, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of magic loop. I do it if I have to, but if I have the right length needle, I much prefer that. So a little funny how your tastes change over the years. Okay, so that was my finish. I'm going to show you my other shawl that I've been working on. I think I made my stitch marker, so I'll be able to show you how much progress I made on it this week, which doesn't seem like a whole lot because my ball of yarn is still looking really, really big. This is the New Start project from 3 weeks ago, maybe. Blue Jean Baby is the colorway from Lolo Knits. Lolo did it. Anyway, the yarn is really, really fantastic. And I worked on this a little bit. Again, exact same, not almost the exact same as the shawl I just finished. Asymmetrical garter stitch. So here's my little stitch marker right here. That's what I worked on. So, a good chunk from here to here and a little bit of width, a little bit done. But look at the colors of this yarn, the orange and the blue. And Susanna, I just love how you came up with the idea that all of this, like the Blue Jean Baby, which is a song, right? Elton John. I looked it up. Somebody said it was like lyrics to a song. And I'm like, yeah, I can hear those, like Blue Jean Baby. But I was thinking it was Billy Joel for some reason. I looked it up. It was Elton John. Anyways, I probably all have that song stuck in your head now. But look at that. The blue, Susanna said it reminded her the blue of the blue jeans, the orange of like the tag on the back of the jeans, or it could be like the button sometimes was kind of like an orangey color, wasn't it? Yeah, so fun. Or the orange could be the stitching on the jeans. I loved it. Anyways, really, really enjoying the colors, making a little bit of progress. But what I really wanted to show you on here was look at my edges. Look at my increase row. Does that help you? Look right there. See those holes? Eyelets? This increase is the knit front and back. Does that like just blow your mind? Is that a completely opposite? I mean, if you were just looking at that, you would think that was the yarn over increase, wouldn't you? Knit front and back. Not entirely sure how that happens, but with knit front and back, you get a cute little fancy edge, which is maybe why most of the patterns say do knit front and back. But anyways, it just totally boggles my mind that the yarn over does not produce this kind of edge. And I mean, it's depending on where you're looking at it, it's more noticeable in some places. But I think I can see it in person more than maybe it's showing up on the screen. But anyways, that was my excitement. My big discovery is that that's what the two increases. That's the difference between them. So I guess you can do either one because it makes your shawl, gives you the shaping nicely, and it's just whatever kind of detail you want on the edge. So this I'm hoping to keep working on a little bit this week. I really, really, really want to focus on this sweater. I have big plans for this sweater, the new one that I'm casting on tonight. So we'll see. This maybe I'll get a few rows done on it. We're binge watching. My daughter and I are binge watching Queen Charlotte. We have about an episode and a half to watch tonight. So we'll see if I work on the sweater or I may just work on the shawl. Sorry guys, I forgot to shut my phone off. So anyways, put my phone someplace where it's not going to vibrate. So anyways, this project is still not going to be put too far away because I want to pick this up and get a few more rows worked in on that. I also did some sock knitting. Fiber Friends again had April, just last month, was sock knitting challenge. And I worked on this sock this week. A fair little bit. Can't remember exactly where I was on this when we chatted last. At some point I was just working, I had the heel done. Had picked up gusset stitches and had it joined in the round. Last time I chatted somewhere, I'm not sure if it was with Jocelyn or Saturday with Cheryl, I had most of the gusset decreases done. So I've got my gusset decreases done. That's a bit of a tongue twister. I finished that while watching Queen Charlotte last night or the night before. Last night, I think. And now I'm just round and round and round on the sock. So I just have to make sure I keep track and I don't knit too far on here because I have done that before. I love knitting my socks on the 9-inch circular needle and just keep going round and round and round and round and round. So I have to really watch that I stop that 2 inches before the length of my foot so I can get the toe decreases started. Oh, Tiny Dancer, Bernadette says. It could be the Blue Jean Baby in Tiny. I know. I can hear the lyrics in my head. Now that I've been talking about it, I will probably hear them for the next couple of days. And what Sally said, is Queen Charlotte as good as Bridgerton? Yes, it is. It is fantastic. There's only 6 episodes, so it's not Doesn't take up a whole lot of time to watch, really just 2 or 3 nights or one Saturday. and a good knitting project. And it's really, really, it's really good. We're really enjoying it. So my sock. So I'm hoping to get some more done on this, but again, I got those gusset decreases done. So really feeling that is good progress. That's like one good step forward on this project. This still is sock number 1. I'd want it to be a gift. It is going to probably be a belated gift, but that's all right. It's that's the way my gifts go. So I did work on one other new start. Well, I worked on 2, but this one's more exciting. So I'll show it to you first. But it might be a tangled mess. My entrelac was this 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure how many weeks ago this was. My Patton's Classic Wool, the green. What is the green colorway? Deep olive was from my stash. The pink was a wood rose, I think was the color. This was from Linda, who very kindly sent this to me to add to my stash. And I thought these 2 colors would look really nice together. My mom absolutely loved them. I was working on this last week when we were at the cottage. And my mom really was really liking these 2 colors together. So, which makes me happy because I think they look really good together too. So it's not just me. Oh, Susanna's saying, so Blue Jean Baby is the first 4 lines of the Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Okay. I'm thinking I'm serious. I'm going to have to like pull up the song now and just listen to it while I'm knitting my shawl. So the exciting thing for my entrelac pillow, do you remember this from a couple of weeks ago? I think it was entrelac or brioche. I think that was the choices, and entrelac was the winner, which was so exciting. I am joined in the round now. I started out with the pink color and did my base triangles, and they are left leaning, and went all the way around. You cast on 1 stitch, and then you work your triangles all the way around. Then you came back and picked up stitches, switched colors, and with the deep olive, worked these rectangles. And they are actually right leaning. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to work a left leaning rectangle in the pink. And I am going to do that for as long as I need. And we'll check the pillow form. I actually might have the pillow form with me. I was going to say I don't think I did, but I think I do have it here. So I've checked it circumference-wise, and it seemed to fit the pillow fine. I checked it before I joined it in the round, and it looked like it had some negative ease. So I'm thinking I'm good. I'm thinking I'm right on. I'm thinking it's going to fit fine. I will check it again. Maybe I will check it again before I start the next color, just to be sure. Because if I have to pull it out and start it again, I might as well do it now before I get too much more done. But anyways, the entrelac, I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure because I've double checked it at least 3 times because I keep thinking that what if as I knit a little bit more, it tightens in or it loosens or something. But it always looks like I'm right on. So I think it'll be fine. And it's a pillow cover. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a little bit of leeway there. If it's more negative ease, it'll fit snugger. If it's a little looser, it'll probably be fine too. So I'm thinking it'll be all right. Anyways, I'm joined in the round, which is super exciting. At least I found it very exciting that once I got my green rectangles all the way done and got back to my last little pink triangle, picked up stitches along it, knit across, and done. So I'm just going to keep going. Don't have to worry about any triangles until I get to the very end, and that's how I will end it. So we'll have triangles across the top, triangles across the bottom, and rectangles just alternating back and forth. So it'll look like a basket weave. I think it is going to look great, and I think it's going to look great in my living room. Really super excited to get that I actually really truly do like knitting that, just sitting there and picking up the stitches, working back and forth. And I am churning my work. I think we talked last week about the fact how you could like purl backwards if you wanted to, which I also said that I'd be more inclined if I was doing them garter stitch to knit back, but you can purl backwards too. But this is small enough that I'm just flipping them back and forth, and it's not inconvenient at all. And I absolutely love doing it. A friend of my daughter's was over yesterday, and she's like, "What are you doing?" and so I was trying to explain. I'm like, "It's so fun. It's, yada yada." So I don't know if I completely convinced her, but like a little entrelac dishcloth or something would be a fun way to start. Okay, so has that been my 6 projects? No. I have one more. I forgot about this one up here. So if you watched Jocelyn and I Thursday night, you will have seen this. So this is a half a finish. This is my vest that I had cast on for sweater month back in February. And I decided to add some stitches on here so I could put just a little short sleeve on it. I have the back finished, which I am so excited for. So this is the yarn. It's a bulky weight yarn that my sister-in-law's mother brought back from Peru a number of years ago. So it's really, really pretty, bluey, greeny colors. Just doing just super plain, which is supposed to be quick and easy, but it's still not done. So I guess it's not that quick, but it is definitely easy. So there it is. I think the fit's going to be perfect on it. It's just going to be, I'm just going to leave it open like a boat neck, and I'm going to knit the back exactly the same. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to do any short rows. I'm not going to do any like bustards. It's just going to be the way it is for this one. I may do short rows if I knit something like this again, but for this one, I just want to get it done. I just am envisioning something that I can just throw over like a long sleeve t-shirt, a turtleneck or something, and have in the cooler months. Definitely not going to be like a summer top because it is chunky weight, but for the fall, it'll be a good project to have finished and have something to wear. So I do have the front cast on, and there we are. So I got cast on, doing 1x1 ribbing, and I'm just going to go by this piece. I think I've wrote down what I've been doing. I will have to go double check that, but I just counted stitches on my ribbing and cast that on, working 1x1 ribbing, and I'll just measure, eyeball, make sure my ribbing's the same. I will count rows. I could just feel some people's anxiety going up there when I said, "Oh, I'll just eyeball the ribbing." I will count the rows of the ribbing and make sure my ribbing matches up. So when I seam the seams, that everything will match nicely. So this is coming along good. I'm happy to have this on the needles because, if it's not cast on, the ball will just sit there and sit there and sit there. But now that it's cast on, I can just pick it up anytime while we're watching Netflix. There was, Cleopatra. The Life of Cleopatra. We saw that advertised last night. My daughter is a huge fan of Egypt and Cleopatra. So that is going to be our next binge watching show together. So that'll be a perfect project for some binge watching evenings. The baby has been, I can hear her being a little fussy right now, but she is being so good. We were doing some of our binge watching in the middle of the night when she was fussy, when she was a little bit younger. So, but thankfully she's been sleeping, which I should not have said out loud because tonight she will just like make a total liar out of me. Katie says, looks chunky. Is that harder to knit on your hands? You know what, Katie? I don't find that. I think some people do, but I don't find it hard on my hands at all. And Ooh, I'm just wondering, it's not super, I actually thought this yarn would be a little chunkier, but there's lots of places, like it's really thick and thin. There's, yeah, so there's like a bit thicker. I think I'm just using a 6mm needle and it seems to be working up okay. I did notice on here, now that it is knit, there are some places you can see the, like it almost looks puckery. That's the word. But it's just some of those places there was such thick. I don't know if you can see that on the back side. Like just looking at the stitches, like these right here, it was just really, really thick. So it's like I just went with a 6mm needle because it just seemed to kind of work for the thin and the thicker spots. So it is just going to have texture, this project. If it's a little puckery, well, it is what it is. I'm just going to wear it and enjoy it. Oh, hi, Nikki. Hi, Anne. Oh, because you love that I'm knitting blues. I know, and I don't usually do blues, but I am being more drawn to them lately, even pink, which is really unusual for me, but I am enjoying having some pinks added in there. Susanna said, what was the sweater you made for Scarlett? Was it the vertebrae? Yes, I've done for Scarlett. I've done 3 for her. The baby vertebrae was the first one, and it was done out of some Cascade Anchor Bay in like a violet lilac color. And then I did the 5-hour baby sweater in a nice bubblegum pink. And some yarn from Michael's, 100% acrylic, just a really good washable worsted weight, which is still too big. It's big for her. She'll wear it in a little while because she is getting to be a very big girl. She's gained a whole 2 pounds, but she's only 7'5". So she's getting there, but she's got a little ways to go before she'll wear the 5-hour baby sweater. And the other little one that I did for her, I did a little preemie sweater for her, and it was I think it was just called wrap cardigan. It was a wrap cardigan with a little I-cord tie on it. She wore that a couple of times when she was teeny tiny, and she has outgrown it, which makes me very, very happy because I will gladly keep knitting her bigger sweaters. Sam, you got a finished dishcloth? Oh, says, love you, baby. The gray is, a koala, and your last yellow and black is a headwick. Oh, that's so fun, Sam. That's awesome. So, okay, I think that's it. I said 6 projects. The Blue Jean Baby shawl, the catbird sock, the entrelac pillow, the vest. Do I have something else? Oh, I have last week's project. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I can't count. I don't know. Somehow I thought there were 6. Maybe I counted wrong. Anyways, there was quite a few. Okay, so I have a little bit of a story, you guys. I have a little bit of I don't know. Is it a sad story? I don't know. It's not that sad. Well, maybe it is. Last week's project. Let me see if I can get it here. Okay, so last week's project was the lace. And it was this really gorgeous yarn from Knit Stitch. What is it called? Creme? I don't know. I need to stop buying things that I can't pronounce. That should be my new rule. I want to say like Kremkel or something, but there's no L. Kremke? Anyways, soul wool. We'll go with that. Reborn denim. So I love the fact that it is recycled denim. It's 95 recycled denim, 5% other fiber, which is maybe nylon in the jeans, possibly. Anyways, it feels really, really nice. They're in 50-gram balls. Let's see, what is it? 50-gram balls, 155 meters, and they suggest a 3 or a 4mm needle. And 20 stitches in a 4-inch square, I think is what this says. Anyways, so I love the yarn. I love that it's black. Some of you guys said that last week because I asked you if I should do just something quick and simple, just do a stockinette top, or should I go fancy and put some lace in it? You guys voted for lace. Some people said, Louise, black and lace, not a good combination. That is not my problem. That is not my problem with this project. I am loving that it's black because I wear a lot of black, which maybe I should be adding some more blue in. And I'm going to try and add some more blue in. But I do like wearing black. I like the color. I love knitting with this. I didn't find it very splitty. The yarn was nice. So it's a fingering weight. I liked it. So I'll show you what I've got done. The little lace pattern that I found, I was loving it too. But I think, so this is not the problem. I let this happen on purpose because I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to restart something. But then I thought, well, I should let you guys see it before I actually pull it out. I had debated whether I would pull this out, wind up the yarn, and cast on something else and have something else to show you guys for tonight. That didn't happen. So the lace, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was. And I knew this could be, oh, there you can see. So there's the lace. Well, okay. There's a couple things. At first, I wondered if the stitch pattern was just going to take me forever to do. It's only a 2-row pattern, and it's not that hard. My gauge swatch, I did over 24 inches, or 24 stitches. 24 stitches. It worked beautifully. 24 stitches, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Cast on this, like 236 stitches. It was taking me forever to do the lace all the way around. Mostly, I think the culprit was I don't have super, super pointy needles. If I had Chaogu needles, I think doing the knit twos together would have made it a little easier because it was really taking me like 2 or 3 tries to get my needle in these stitches. So it felt like I was doing every stitch like 3 times. So it just went on and on forever and ever. And that's not even the worst of it. That's not even the worst of it. Oh, that's the baby. I know. I think I jinxed it talking about how she was such a good girl. But I'm guessing she is having a diaper change right now because she does not like that. She does not like being chilly. So I'm pretty sure that's what was happening because Anita was just getting ready to feed her before we started. So let me see. So anyways, can you guys guess what was the biggest downfall of this project? Complete rookie error. And I am blaming it on the fact that I had so many stitches on here. Have you guessed? Have you guys guessed what I did? And I checked this thing like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many times. Yes, Katie, I twisted my stitches. Not what you want to do with like a whole sweater, right? But yep, Nikki guessed it too. And you know, it happens. Even when you double check and you triple check, it happens. So, and I double checked it on my first round because on your first round you can flip it. And I would have bet, I don't know what I would have bet, my new yarn that I purchased, that I did not twist this. I would have bet my yarn stash that I did not twist this, and it was. And then I knit the next, and I kept changing. But honestly, when they're this bunched up, it was a little hard. Anyways, and it took until I had about 4 rows on here to sort them all out, that when I got back around, I was like, oh, darn. Oh, darn. So, but I'm just going to consider this good practice because, you know, gauge swatching, there's a few reasons you can do it, right? You do it to see if you like your needle size, if you like the drape of the fabric, if you're getting the right called for stitches, which I don't have to follow a pattern because I'm just making it up. But then you also get to try out the pattern, and you can just get the kinks worked out in the pattern. So I knew I liked all the pattern and everything. But once I got going, my original plan was just to repeat the 2 rows of lace and be all completely lace. After I got 2 rounds done, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to take me 10 years. So I thought, I think we're going to do about, I don't know, a few rounds of stockinette in here just to make this process go a little faster. So I think I did about 3 rounds of stockinette. And then my plan was to do the lace again, which I think will still give it like a really lacy look to it. And that's when I realized I had twisted my stitches. So anyways, lace panel instead. I thought about doing a lace panel, but then I got in my head, I can see this all over lace, and I think I'm really, really going to like it. So I think I'm going to stick with it. But I was at Little Red Mitten on the weekend, you guys, and like literally, I think Cheryl and I were talking Saturday morning about this. And you guys said, well, we got Little Red Mitten, because I think I said I was going to go there or try to get there. I can't drive, so I have to like sweet talk my daughter to drop me off. And you guys said, pick up another needle. Do you think I remembered that while I was there? No. I got too excited about the new yarn. Totally forgot till I was back in the car. I'm like, oh my goodness. I actually really, truly needed something. And I totally forgot to look for it. So that's okay. That just means I'm going back Wednesday, hopefully, or Thursday, maybe Thursday or Friday. I don't know. I'm going to try and go back because I do want to give this a go again. I'm thinking I'm going to go a longer cord so I can straighten it out more on the needle, or I will do a couple of rows back and forth. So then I do have a chunk of knitting, and then it'll go in the round. Something, either one of those is what's going to happen. But anyways, this was started. This just says it all. It's a tangled mess. The whole project's a mess. But I'm not giving up because I want to wear this, and this yarn is fantastic. So I really want to knit it. I want to wear it. I want to wash it, see how it washes, and go from there. So that is all my projects. I feel like I've worked on a lot of projects, and these are mostly going to be what I work on again for next week. Because I can't drive, I am kind of stuck. Stuck not at home, and these are the projects I have with me. So we'll see. Maybe I will get a little bit more work done on these, which will give me a few more finishes. We will see. We will see. So let me check. Oh, Anne said her reaction was, oh crap, about the twisted. Yeah, I know. That was kind of mine too. I had to think back. Oh, you had to think back because you picked up your sock and knit the wrong way. Oh, I know. It does happen, right? Knitting forwards, knitting backwards. Knit 2 rows, pull out 1. I know. Kind of seems to be the way we go sometimes, doesn't it? Anyways, Liz, you changed your lace project from a shawl to a pair of socks. Too much going on this month. There you go. And a pair of socks, always a fun. You can never have too many knitted socks, right? Yes. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture. Okay, I got my phone right here. Let me take a look. So anyway, Susanna, you're still working on your Rebel Mystery Knit Along, which was our friend Jocelyn from Northern Knits. That was her December pattern, wasn't it? Day 19 is nearly finished. Oh my gosh, Suzanne, that's going to feel like a real milestone because then you'll be on 20 and there's only 24. So you're getting so close. All right, let me see if I can find Sam's dishcloths here. Oh, Sam, oh my gosh. Okay, so last time Sam sent me an update, she had the owl finished. The koala was about half done. I couldn't tell. It didn't have, it was bottom up. So like, it was, you were like at the neck, and I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what that is, but now I can totally see it's a koala. And then the owl, the illusion owl. Okay. Let me see if I can show you those. Look at those. It's the glare. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. I tried to set up some extra lighting in here, but I'm not so sure it's doing the best job tonight. But anyway, Sam, excellent job on the dishcloths. So, yarn shopping. I have to talk to you about yarn shopping. Yeah, so those were my projects. Pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy with everything. This week, I think I'm going to try to stick more to the new sweater. So you guys, it was my birthday on the weekend, and I went to Little Red Mitten mostly because I'm thinking it's birthday, it's Mother's Day, and I have 2 broken bones. This was like some sympathy shopping. It was at like yarn therapy. So I came home with a bag full full of yarn. I didn't go this. I think this is the problem. You know, the whole thing they say about don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. Well, don't go yarn shopping when you're feeling sad. I think that's it, because I could not make a decision. Or don't go yarn shopping when you don't know what you want. No, that's a silly. No. Pretend I didn't say that, because we always go yarn shopping when we don't know what we're going to make, right? But I knew I was kind of looking for DK or worsted. I wanted something. I knew I didn't want fingering, because I knew I wanted something that was going to work up a little quicker. I thought about chunky, but I thought, no. Spring chunky just seems too wintry, and I didn't want to go chunky. So I looked at the Remix Light, and then I went into the worsted weight room at Little Red Mitten, and that's where I ended up. So I grabbed some of the navy, and I was thinking, what colors would look good with the navy? And I think this one might be called Buttercup. We'll see if I can remember the names of them. So what was this? Nightfall? I think this might be Buttercup. So I couldn't decide what colors I wanted. So I got one of each, which, you know, it's fine. It's a birthday knit gift to myself. So, and I love all the colors. I don't even want to knit them. I just want to put them in a nice pile and look at them. And which honestly is what I've been doing for the last couple of days. So this is the patina. This is the brown shade, which I got to say, guys, I really, really do like. So there's that one. There is Periwinkle. Ooh, I can't remember if this one might be Smoke. There's 2 that are similar in color. One is a gray. Okay, the gray one, I can't remember. It's like a silver color. Maybe it is silver. This one is Smoke, I think. And it's more of a greeny gray. I'm not sure if you can really see it. They would not be good together in a color work because they're so close together. But this is a really nice shade. I like that. So what else did I get? I think this one is Almond. Just a really nice light beige. This is an off-white, which was called Birch. I even went outside my color palette, you guys. This one is Rose, which actually is really pretty. And Fern. Love this one. Totally my color here. So I got those ones. And what else? I think this one was called Periwinkle. So it's like really heavy. Like there's little bits of pink in there too. And another one. So I did get 3 of the blue because I thought that I might do, I don't know, a 3-skein shawl had popped in my head. This one is called Pepper. So it's black. I think it's black or really, really dark charcoal. I think it's black. So This now, remember how I said at the beginning that, you know, if you want to try this yarn, buy, you know, 3 skeins. You know, when you haven't knit with it before, you might want to just go small, or you might want to go big and buy them all because I don't know. I had fun. I had fun doing that. I have always wanted to go into a yarn shop and buy one of every color, and now I can say I have. Okay, so this one here is raspberry. This was the last one I picked up because it is red, like a rusty red, which it is not my most favorite color, but I thought some of these colors will look nice together in like a color work cowl. Okay, so what I want to do, so this is apricot, which is a really nice, like a burnt orange, which is really pretty. This is the one I'm looking for. So there's 2 of these. There's a light and dark kind of aqua color. One is pool and the darker one is called ocean. And that's it. That is my whole bag of yarn. So there's more colors, or maybe there's just continued. I didn't actually go on the Berroco website, but this was all the colors that Little Red Mitten had. And I just kept going. I'm like, I don't know. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. So, you know, I picked out the navies, and then I did the yellow, and I did the green, and then I did the gray, and and then I just got, and then Angie and Jillian from the Little Red Mitten, the lovely sales women, and they obviously did a wonderful job. They were like, you don't have this color, you don't have this color, and this color would look really nice with this color. So I just like, yeah, we'll just take one of them all. So now I have got a good, I'll take a picture of this, and it's just, I've got tons of colors. And I would like to do some color work, like hats, cowls. I'm thinking Christmas. So I know there's no wool in here, cotton and acrylic and nylon. But I'm thinking I've got family members who don't like wool. They don't like the itchiness. I know that's a true thing. I like to tease people about that. But I know some people don't like the wool and they aren't going to take the time to hand wash it. Some people just have got super busy lives. That's just not what they're going to do. So I have kind of resigned, sort of. There's a little part of me that wants to start, you know, giving them a wool blend. But I thought, you know, some people that truly don't want the wool or do find it too itchy, I thought this might be a good substitute. A hat, will it be warm enough for a hat? I don't know. I guess I will make one and try one. But I think it would be a really nice, whoops, sorry. Be a really nice cowl. I think it would feel really, really nice for somebody who doesn't like wool. So that's what I'm going to do. So I thought, first off, now I am going to have to go back to Red Mitten because I don't think I want to stripe this sweater. In my mind, I'm thinking of it just being one color. I could stripe. I debated a lot about that last night, what I would do. I think what I'm going to do is go back and get a couple more balls of this navy, and I'm just going to do it all navy. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm thinking I want, is just a solid top. And I'm going to leave all the rest of the colors for some other projects down the road. I saw Katie. Oh, Katie said you'd be casting on a blanket with all that. It would make a beautiful blanket. I don't know. This is where I'm sure I'm going to love this. I love the feel of it. I don't have any worries that I'm not going to like it. I'll come back next week. If I don't like it, I don't know. Maybe I'll just give it all away. That will never happen, though. I'm sure I will. Maybe it would look nice, wouldn't it? That's a lot of it would look like it would all look nice with the navy. Actually, I put this on here back. The pool, maybe, but maybe not the best. The birch, it would look good. That would look nice with it, wouldn't it? What else would look nice with it? Okay, now I have all this yarn piled up here so nicely. I'm going to pull out one and I'm going to have like an avalanche. I mean, really, I mean, if you liked pink, pink would look nice with it too, wouldn't it? Buttercup, navy, and rose. Okay, navy, buttercup, buttercup. Let's see if I can do this without. Oh my goodness. That would look really pretty too, wouldn't it? Did my daughter laugh hysterically when you came out of the store? She just shook her head. She went and bought groceries, and I came out with a bag full of yarn. I had a much more enjoyable time than she did, I'm sure. What about the fern? I like that. I like having the pink in there because it brightens up the blue a little bit. Oh my gosh, are you guys going to talk me into a striped sweater? Oh, you know, I actually oh, what that would be. Uh-oh, one ball on the floor. I actually really like the strawberry and the rose together. Even though reds and pinks are not my colors, I think those would look good. Probably not with the navy because that's probably too dark. But, ooh, oh my gosh. See, I don't even want to knit this. I just want to have this to play around with. Would you go almond with those ones? Or the birch? I mean, the birch would look, those two look good together, don't they? I was thinking the birch, like those three look pretty. If that's your colors, that looks really nice too. See, it could just be endless possibilities, right? Oh, so much. And then I have a feeling that this oh, this is periwinkle. The dark one is eggplant. I think I got that wrong. Those, but oh, see, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Have a feeling these two, especially this light one, will probably be one of the last ones that I use. But I know it's going to be so fun. So we'll stay tuned. I know I have all these colors and I want to do a plain navy sweater. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But oh, Liz, you got to go. Have a great. Oh, we're just at our 1 hour mark. Have a great week, Liz, and we'll catch up with you later. Put the green, the periwinkle together with the apricot. Okay, hold on. The apricot's what fell on the floor. Let me see if I can get it. All right. So what does Sherry say? The green and the periwinkle. So the periwinkle was the dark one. Oh my goodness. That looks fun. And I know if Jocelyn's watching this, she's going to say this looks like Halloween. Those colors look really nice together, don't they? But it's interesting, right? When you put the fern with the darker colors, it makes this darker. Whereas this with like the pink looks brighter. Oh, the light one. Okay. Light one. This one here. Yes. That looks pretty too. And I don't think you can really go wrong, really. Okay, I like this color. Oh, Kim said strawberry, rose, navy, or gray. Okay, this is actually really fun, you guys. Strawberry, no, rose, strawberry, and navy or gray. That does look good too. That or the gray. Not entirely sure. I think this is gray. Yeah. That looks really good too. Ooh. I know, right? It's just so many combinations. What haven't we played with yet? So we've got black. I know we're going a little overtime here, but we'll play for a little bit longer. And what about black and almond. So it's like black and beige. Oh no, Sam, what was your last question? I must have scrolled by. I mean, we could put the buttercup with it. I don't know about these two. I don't think there's going to be enough contrast. In the balls, they look good, but I think knitted, that's not going to be enough. That'll blend too much. It might be a little too blah anyways, would it be? It might be all right. Maybe these two, that would give us a nice contrast. Ooh, so many options. Okay, so the ones we haven't really played with are these guys. That's, oh, actually, what do you think? That might be all right. Pepper, buttercup. I'm pretty sure this is butter. I don't think it's gold. I think it's buttercup. And that was cool. Those ones would look all right together. Where did, oh, it's in the bag. There's the darker one. That looks nice too. Oh my gosh, so many ideas. I think I just want to not knit with these. Just have these fill my shelves, and I will just go back and buy rebuy the colors that I want. Okay, Ultralux looks confusing. Oh, Sam, yes, you can. Once you do it, you'll be fine. It just takes a little bit of practice, and a dishcloth would be perfect for you to work on. What's that? Nikki says, these are the same colors I knit my loungewear that I gifted my 16-year-old girl who loved it. Oh, well, see, and if a 16-year-old loves it, then you know you're on the right track, right? Well, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight and helping me put some color combinations together here. Those are really, really helpful. Gold, oh, the gold, teal, and black. These guys here. Okay, so then that means I'm onto something here. Okay. I'm going to write down these color combinations, and I should like stick a paper in with all of these so I don't forget all of them. That's fantastic. So maybe I was actually going to cast on and do a gauge swatch while we were chatting, but we were chatting about so many things that I didn't get that done. So I think I will go out and get this done because I really want to cast this on and just play around with it and see what needle gauge I want. I definitely want it looser because I want it for like spring, fall. I don't know about the dead of summer when it's super, super hot. We'll see how late it is. But it is worsted, so it may take a little bit, it may be a little warmer. But anyways, we'll see. But I'm thinking spring, fall, and then put a knit cardigan over top of it will be perfect. Where in the winter, maybe it'll end up being more of a winter knit than a summer knit, but you'll be fine too. So everybody, thank you so much for voting for the navy. I'm super excited to give that a start. I hope you guys have a great knitting week. Cast on something new. It is so much fun. And if you do cast on and post it on Instagram, tag me at Wildflower Wool or use the hashtag New Start Monday Knits, and then I can reshare your picture so everybody else can be inspired by what you're knitting. And if you get a finish, that's even more exciting because then that means you can just start something else. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. So have a fantastic week, everybody. I'm reading and talking at the same time, which apparently I can't do. Cindy's saying good night. Happy crafting. Sally, take a picture of the color combos. Yes. Excellent idea. What about the outline tee? Yeah, I could check that out. I mean, there's so many great patterns out there. So many great ones. I'll take a look at that one. I saw, and Nikki said yes, that my socks. So Nikki, the socks, your other side of the river socks that are lace, which would work for the Fiber Friends project this month, I don't have with me. So when I eventually get back home, I will have to pull those out and work on those because they're little shorty socks, perfect for this time of year. Anyways, oh, it has a little lace, mostly knit stitch. Oh, cute. Okay, I'll have to look up Ravelry and see what I'll have to take a look. Yes, yes, I saw that scroll by, Nikki, when I was chatting about something else. So everybody, okay, I'm gonna sign out here. I'm gonna go see if my grandbaby is sleeping or if I can still read her story or something yet tonight. So we'll see. Anyways, and I'm gonna do some casting on. So have a fantastic week, everybody, and I will see you back here next Monday with an update on this new sweater. Happy knitting, everybody. Good night.